Russian drones and agents continue to attack NATO countries, and Europe is what would have been unthinkable just a few years ago, starting to plan a response. Ideas range from joint offensive cyber operations against Russia and faster, more coordinated attribution of hybrid attacks, with immediate attribution to Moscow, to snap NATO-led exercises. The Russians are constantly testing their limits. What will be the response? How far can they go? A more proactive response is needed. Action, not talk, sends a message. Latvian Foreign Minister Braža noted in an interview with Politico. In recent weeks and months, Russian drones have violated the airspace of Poland and Romania, while mysterious drones have disabled airports and military bases across Europe. In recent weeks and months, Russian drones have violated the airspace of Poland and Romania, while mysterious drones have disabled airports and military bases across Europe. Other incidents include GPS jamming, aircraft and ship incursions, and an explosion on a key railway line in Poland used to deliver military aid to Ukraine. Hybrid attacks are reportedly nothing new. In recent years, Russia has allegedly sent assassins to the UK, blown up ammunition depots in Central Europe, attempted to destabilize the EU by funding far-right parties, waged information warfare, and interfered in elections in countries like Romania and Moldova. Media reports suggest that Russia may view the EU and NATO as rivals or even enemies. However, Europe doesn't want a war with a nuclear power, so it needs to find a way to deter Moscow without crossing the Kremlin's red lines, which could lead to open conflict. This doesn't mean hiding, noted Swedish Defense Minister General Michael Clesson. We can't afford to be afraid of escalation. We must be firm. However, for now, the response has been to strengthen defenses, journalists emphasize. After Russian drones were shot down over Poland, NATO announced it would strengthen its air defenses on its eastern flank, a move the EU has taken as well. And even this has enraged Moscow. Despite the harsher rhetoric, the question of what exactly a more powerful response should be remains open. The media writes. The article states that part of the dilemma stems from the differing approaches of Moscow and Brussels. As Professor Kevin Lemonnier of the Paris-based Judd Center notes, the EU is forced to act within the law. This raises an ethical and philosophical question. Can states that live by the rules use the same tools and strategies as Russia? Some countries are currently moving toward gradually strengthening their legislation. Germany and Romania are already drafting regulations that will allow security forces to shoot down drones over airports and other strategic targets. Intelligence agencies, meanwhile, can operate in a more grey zone. Denmark and the Czech Republic already permit offensive cyber operations. Allies need to be more proactive in cyber attacks and strengthen intelligence coordination. Braža believes, in practice, countries could use cyber attacks against facilities critical to the Russian military, such as the Alabuga Technology Park in Tatarstan, where Shaheed drones are produced, as well as energy facilities or weapons shipments. NATO, as a defensive alliance, is extremely cautious about offensive actions. Asymmetric responses are an important part of the discussion, but we are not going to stoop to Russia's tactics, stated one NATO diplomat. Instead, the alliance should demonstrate unity and strength, quickly, publicly point out Moscow's involvement in hybrid attacks, and conduct snap exercises near the Russian borders in Lithuania and Estonia, says former alliance spokesperson Oana Lungescu.
A court in Russia on Thursday convicted 8 people on terrorism charges over an attack on a bridge linking Russia to Crimea that is a key supply route for Kremlin forces in the conflict with Ukraine. According to Associated Press, the court sentenced all of the defendants to life in prison. The October 2022 attack on the bridge came when a truck bomb blew up two of its sections and required months of repairs. The blast killed the truck driver and 4 other people in a car nearby. Moscow decried the attack as an act of terrorism and retaliated by bombarding Ukraine, targeting the country's power grid over the winter. The Ukrainian Security Service, known as the SBU, claimed responsibility for the attack. 8 people including Russian, Ukrainian and Armenian citizens were arrested. 5 others, including 3 Ukrainian and 2 Georgian nationals, were charged in absentia. Artyom and Georgy Azatyon, Oleg Antipov, Alexander Bailin, Vladimir Zloba, Dmitry Tyazelik. Roman Salamko and Artur Turchanian were charged with carrying out a terrorist attack and illegal arms trafficking. Salamko and Turchanian also were accused of smuggling explosives. The Russian authorities accused them of aiding Ukraine in organizing the attack. The court has established that between March 3 and August 2, 2022, the defendants joined an organized criminal group whose goal was to carry out a terrorist attack on the Crimean bridge, said Viktoria Mishchenko, the press secretary of the Southern District Military Court. Each of the defendants played their assigned roles and participated in the implementation of the plan, she claimed. All of those arrested have denied the charges and insisted they didn't know the truck carried explosives, according to Russian media reports. A military court in Russia's southern city Rostov-on-Don, about 100 kilometers east of the border with Ukraine, began trying the accused in February 2025 behind closed doors.
Шепелева о компенсации морального вреда удовлетворить частично. Счет 16 2021 года рождения. Несудимого официально не работавшего, зарегистрированного в адрес 17 марта 1989 года в городе Ульяновск.
Там расширенный процесс, и там еще девочка была несовершеннолетняя.